young. She was under 18.
She was 19 when she signed. First.
Well, when she signed, but that's not when they met, I don't think. Hold on 1 second. Let me ask that question real quick. Let me confirm that. She was under, and he waited until then to go there with her, I think. Hold on 1 second.
Now we're talking about moving and everything else.
Well, that's it. That's it. See, there was a point in the space where she wanted to be everything.
I agree. Now, so when she stands on the stage, when she gets in court and she admits and said, "Hey, I wanted it," did she say, "I wanted it because he wanted me to want it, and I was trying to show up"? You know?
No. By that time, you're so indebted.
You're so in, yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am O.
And I am Nigel Kamanichi.
And we are
Candid and Clear.
We are the best podcast that will bring you politics, current events, and relationship issues.
Let me tell you what I need you to do. Go out and like, comment, share, and subscribe across all social media platforms.
I think I like this better.
Yeah.
I don't know how the likes do what we just had on.
Are you gonna look like that other dude?
Who's the other dude?
The dude on TikTok, Big Unk. Okay, so she was 19, but he was 36.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think he didn't kiss her till her 21st birthday. He put 24 months in the grooming. Mm-hmm.
If that is correct, which I doubt.
What? He put 24 months in the grooming?
He put 24 months into grooming her, but that ain't his first time touching her.
Well, according to both of them, his first time kissing her, she was 21. Because he was 36. So she was 21, he was 39. Okay.
So here's my deal. Everybody's online going in saying, well, she could have left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, everybody ain't saying that.
There's a lot of people saying she could have left. She's an adult. Choices, take accountability, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, hold on a minute. If that is good, if that argument is good for the goose, then it got to be good for the gander, right? Okay. How many abusers allow their victims to leave without consequences? Now, before you, whoa.
Y'all daddies.
No, wait, whoa. Don't do that.
Still it.
Hold on a minute, because I submit to you, there are a lot of people who are unalived with pneumonia. And it's quite coincidental, because we have now discovered that it's cyanide poisoning. And we do understand that Hollywood has a reputation for offering people their life.
Or someone else's.
But why didn't Michael Jackson leave?
Did he leave by choice?
Why didn't Michael Jackson leave? And all this and that. What about Whitney Houston? She left by choice. See, these people have been offered a life. And they actually believe that it's because that's the carrot. I'm going to make you a star. But he's the only person that can do it.
But you had a choice.
To do what? What's the other choice?
Die. According to the people, I'm going to say people, because it's not just...
Well, let me ask you, Kim Porter had a choice?
Apparently she had a choice.
Okay. But she ended up with that same pneumonia that they was trying to give Jamie Foxx.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm just trying to understand. Right. And here is the other thing. I think we need to be really honest. I recall reading that Cassie had Kim Porter licking her tampons. So you actually low-key convinced yourself that you was now her. See, I'm now her. Oh, no. The slaves could have left. Yeah, because that was always an option. They actually could have not come to America. They could have stayed in Africa.
That definitely was an option.
But remember, I think y'all call her Carisha Young Miami. Remember when she got into the argument with the girl online and said, if you don't do such and such, then I'm gonna have so and so make you
Cassie literally said on the stand that she expressed that she wanted to do those things because she didn't want nobody else to take her spot.
Okay, but she also tried to leave, and I believe there's video footage that substantiates what leaving will get you.
But the people saying she could have left.
She did leave. Did you see the video that accompanies her leaving? Remember the hotel that he thought he bought the video from? But by law in the state that they was in, they had to give her a copy as well. Now, her best friend was on the stand and admits to leaving and said it cost their friendship because after he beat her with a wooden hanger, she said, okay, so I get it. You in love, but he can't be. Oh, I tell you, wait a minute. Remember, Anime Buller, it is not all right, Jackie, to sit here and let a mother sucker beat on you. Okay, that was what this best friend.
What did mama say? You better find a way.
That was what. That's what.
Are you in love with the lifestyle, or you in love with the person? Now, I do genuinely believe.
At 19 and 36, you in love with the person.
This is what we can't do. This is what we can't do. This is what I'm not going to allow the people to.
What you gonna do?
You're not going to tell me that younger women are impressionable, or he got with her because he can manipulate her, he can control her, etc. Anytime you see an older man with a younger woman, he's manipulating.
No. Wait. No, that doesn't apply to all relationships. No. So what we will not do is generalize it. But in this case, no. But in this case, he is providing her a life and he's controlling access to her dream. So see, this is where we overstep. Me dating you is not an issue. That's not control. I chose you. I'm
paying all your bills and I'm paying for your future. And I'm paying for
I'm paying your bills. I'm controlling your future. You signed to me, so I'm your boss and I'm your old man. Okay. So you work for me and you work for me. And I'm gonna say it like that because that's the best way to say it. So
you live in this high rise or you live under that bridge?
Pretty much. Because if I put the word out, nobody in the industry will touch you.
Let me see.
But hold on a second. There are other examples to substantiate what happens when you don't work with me. I think we have Notorious B.I.G. I believe we have Danity Kane. I believe we have Day 6. So what happens when you won't do what I said do? There is a consequence.
There's a consequence.
There's a consequence. Look at Aubrey Day. She was the most outspoken member in Danity Kane.
Was.
Past tense. And he said in order for you to get your royalties back, you got to sign away all your rights.
So wait. Here we go. I'm going to say this one more time. I got to get this out because I am just tired of people and their lack of accountability with what things are. Stop saying this older person dating this younger person has so much narcissistic power to impress upon this younger person. They have nothing. He dating her, she's younger, and he's controlling. He's doing all this, and she's dating him. He's younger.
But mine's younger, and I ain't
cradle. You're grooming and blah.
I did do that.
Blah blah.
I did do that.
Then when we get to this Cassie situation,
well, let's just say we did that. We robbed the cradle.
When we get to this situation, 22, 23, 24. Doing all these freak offs, doing all the things, right? And at that point, yeah, you got to be held accountable for your action because you chose. You had a choice. You sent the text.
I think this.
You could have left. She wanted.
No, she couldn't have left it anytime. I'm not gonna say that with you. I'm not gonna do that.
I agree with that.
I'm not gonna say that.
Figure out why the people saying
she wanted to do the first. Hold on a second. I wanted to do the first freak out.
Of course, everybody.
Because it's like it's like we said on another episode. If I want to set that up for you, I do, and I will. You understand? No. Let me finish. Because the other thing is we're not doing it 13 times a week. And I didn't go get you 13 other broads. See, hold on a minute. And you don't have sores in your mouth. And you don't come on now. Let me just say that.
Was everybody tested before this foolishness?
No. They don't know because they were trying not to get caught. Remember back in the day? Remember when she talked about to try to get it safe? Because the medical records vehemently disagree with safe. Well, I guess it depends on how do you define safe. Just like you define leaving. How do you define safe and leaving? Which definitions do you use for those? But see, I use the one freak off to set the play for how many you want to do this week. How many? And he's even been overheard as saying she was moldable. Right. So I got my queen. Hold on. Kim Porter is my queen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I got this young thing over here. She's moldable or whatever. And I literally mean moldable to 13 other Negroes.
Wow.
In the one freak off session, however long that took or lasted or whatever that was.
Y'all make me tired.
Well, I just think you're tired trying to explain the sores in her mouth because I imagine they accompanied the sores on her ass. Forgive me for saying it. Like, let's do it. Because it had to be raw, right? That's what all the baby oil was for, right? Because I want y'all to explain me or whatever. How many of you are willing to do 13 dudes in one freak off? No, let's ask the question. No, we ain't talking nothing illegal.
Anything for that man. I'm going to deal with it. And for all the women who's saying that Cassie could have left, let's talk about it. Y'all out here doing a whole lot of stuff for free because that dude ain't got no money and no power.
Well, I can tell you what, the insurance,
your baby daddy ain't got nothing.
The business insurance didn't agree with her. They gave her $55 million. They didn't agree if she could have left when she wanted to.
You stayed.
I'm going to say
you stayed for no money.
He thought the $10 million. The insurance.
That man ain't got no money. He didn't give you nappy head kids, and you itching down there, and you stayed.
Ladies, I didn't say that.
As a matter of fact, have a conversation. I'm talking to the men and women who think all this is Cassie's fault. Your mama got her head knocked off by that dude called your dad. And she stayed.
I can't with you. You're gonna get us in trouble.
You got illegitimate brothers and sisters all around town. And your mama.
No, they look out. They all look alike.
All y'all look alike.
All y'all look alike.
Illegitimate though.
Right.
Look alike. And your mama itching down there. She stayed.
I wanna.
Your dad ain't got none of the power or money Diddy got. Diddy is a monster. Absolutely, he's a monster. He completely controls, which I'm not going to, because I'm not on to work, what you're not going to do, you're not going to tell me that we have 30, 35, 40-year-old women who are being human trafficked, who have no choice, that Cassie had a choice.
Cassie was sold a dream.
Facts.
And I want to tell you something else. There are some women who are older than she who are so naive, never had a boyfriend, grew up in a really sheltered place, and that's why you got the same thing, and they overstay. They overstay. When I listen to Beyonce's mom talk about why she stayed,
did she just leave dude for nothing?
Well, no, she left him because of a lot of things, but the reason
the recent dude, the dude that's an actor.
I don't know what happened with them, but Matthew knows. But hold on, but Beyonce's father, because she ran down all the reasons that she ended up staying, and none of them were good enough to deal with the abuse. And there's really never a good. Exactly. So let me tell you, like,
she stayed until she left. There we go.
She stayed until she left.
Cassie stayed until she left.
I'm gonna say this. My mom would say, it's not about what a person say, it's about what they do. So if you got the pattern, you got the person. Regardless of what they said, if you figure out what their pattern is, you got the person. Right? And I will stay long enough or engage long enough to understand what your pattern is. What is your behavior? Not what you tell me. What is your behavior? The moment that I figure out who you really are, right? Because I know you've seen your representative the first few days.
Oh, man.
We do that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right? We do that. Yeah. Okay. That right there. Right. And sis, listen, this is a judgment-free zone. I had a dude that I loved and thought I was going. Cassie is absolutely a victim.
Well, wait. the people are saying that she needs to take accountability for her choices.
She did. When she figured out that it was time to leave, she tried to leave, and it's the ass whooping that cost $55 million.
But she sent a text said that she wanted to do a freak off.
Yeah, one who wants to do. I think if you proposition me and say, "Hey, let's have a threesome," right? One for my birthday. Let's put something on it for my birthday. You want to do this for my birthday? Okay, that's great. If you show up now every weekend saying, "Oh yeah, we have threesomes every weekend," and it's not consensual, wait, whoa, right? Oh, I already called old girl. She gonna be here tonight at. Oh, I see. See, now you manipulate. See, because I accepted the one, you took it as a license. I accept
all of them.
There you go.
But then wait. But see, here's what I hear. This is the whole Cassie sending the text. I want a freak. I'm ready whenever for a freak off.
Right.
You know what that sounds like to me?
You've been prepped?
Yes, master. We sit. I'm not gonna play with y'all.
I can tell you this, you've been prepped. And it sounded so great because oftentimes the devil will show up.
How much you put up with at your job for a couple dollars an hour?
It ain't about that. It's about the undeniable manipulation and the narcissistic behavior of I say something to you, they ask you a question, and I throw up a heart in the courtroom. Wait a minute.
Power move. You did that in court, man. How much power you got? The judge ain't
that you believe that you could be doing that.
Everybody wants
you turn around speaking to the reporters for TMZ. Well, that's the other thing, because in Don Richards' testimony today, they said no, Don Richards, what they said is that she went and spoke to the feds on 8 different occasions. And some of the details she shared today, she didn't share in that room, because I'm going to be honest, people believe themselves to be safer because he is behind bars, because they are traumatized, because there are 7 cases of unalived people that all happen to die of pneumonia, which is a byproduct of cyanide poisoning, which is what they now say happened to Jamie Foxx. And all Jamie Foxx would say, he had ailments that were like he was an 80-year-old man, and all he would say is he was trying to heal. He never said what it was. He never brought it up. There's not one press conference article where Jamie Foxx tells you what happened to him. Now we're hearing that he's on this list of witnesses. And I just want y'all to understand that. If I believe there is a chance that you can get to me, I'll be like, the feds can't help me. You didn't kill. You got 7 bodies that I know about. What about and one of them was somebody you called your queen. I'm going to just sit there and let that sit. I'm going to sit there right there. And just do that. So if he can get her, what I look like going in here, it don't matter how good of white folks they is, telling these good white folks.
See, let me tell y'all something about this Diddy trial. Cassie's just an opening act.
Well, I think
this is going to get real nasty. A lot of
I do believe that. I believe.
Where your best friend Ashton at? You gonna cross the water? Wait.
Why they all leaving the country?
All your friends.
Because they don't want to be called on to testify. And I do believe you're right. Cassie, guys, is the opening act. She's setting the tone for the character of the person. We hadn't gotten to the charge. That's all we're doing, is showing you the character of the person. And if he's capable of doing this to somebody that he said he loved, and he said, I was in a dark place for a few years. Listen, let me tell you something. If any of you are in this kind of dark place for several years, this is too long. You need a straight jacket, white suit, right? That's where you need, in a cage to be locked in.
Pause right there.
Yeah.
Cassie did all these things under the influence, right? Watch this. Y'all remember the show Making the Band? He made them kids walk across all the bridge
to get a piece of cheesecake that he didn't want, that was melted, and he couldn't do nothing with. Power.
That's it.
But that's manipulation. See, and he knew it was impossible for them to go. And that is what is so demented, that you know it's impossible for me to ask for.
So I'm gonna ask you anyway. If you don't do it, I'm gonna punish you.
That's it.
Power. All this is now we can throw out, because this is so funny, because every single person that I posted some posts on my Facebook page and all whatever.
Trolls.
They came out. Oh, Cassie a freak. She this and she that.
No, she's not a freak. She's a wife.
Oh, that's a whole nother podcast. All of us have been in situations that we've done something we didn't want to do, didn't care to do, didn't feel like doing for the person we really think we in love with. We think we're going to be with for the rest of our life. And a lot of us, I'm going to say us, have been in situations where you really think you're going to be with this person and they playing you just so they can exert, they can have that power dynamic.
Or just so they can get what they want. Because you are a checkbox. I'm gonna say that again. Because you are a check box, and that's all you are.
Well, she could have left. She did.
You know how many people, and I'm going to say this, and it's not about, this is not a relationship thing. This is just not our men. You know how many people I've given access and they gave me their ass to kiss?
No, I'm finna walk off.
No, stay there.
You're going to make me say something on the podcast.
No. Do you know how many people, when you look back over your life, how many people have you given access?
No. You given everything.
No, let's just call it access. Access. And they gave you their ass to kiss. Right. Well, I'm going to say this. If you run down that list.
Come on.
This is exactly what you witnessed. Same thing.
You stayed.
Same thing.
Didn't we?
We all did. We all stayed when we should have left. We all should have thought more highly of ourselves.
Watch this. I think, stay with me now. I think Cassie's a victim.
Cassie is a victim.
I think Megan is a liar.
I agree with you.
Get mad.
No, don't get mad. I think
say something. I'm gonna say something back. I got time.
Well, we don't mind if you say anything. I'm not gonna say that much back, but I'm going to say this. There was no DNA of Tory Lanez on the magazine that loaded the weapon. There was the DNA that was on the gun. It was inconclusive if it was his. There's gun residue on him and Kelsey, but that makes perfect sense if Megan and Kelsey have gotten into a fight because they are now informed that he's sleeping with both of them. And it's said that Kelsey's grabbed the gun, Tory's gun, because she was that upset. So all Tory could have done is stopped your friend from attempting to shoot you. That is all Tory Lanez reasonably could have done. Because he's smart and it's his gun, he does try to do that. As a security professional, tried to convince me he could have grabbed that gun from the front and pulled the trigger. I vehemently disagree because he's used to handling a gun. The person who grabbed the gun when they got upset is not used to that. And that makes no reason. He's a man sleeping with both of them. He ain't got to shoot nobody. He got both of the juice boxes. So
you are wrong for being a convicted felon, apparently, or not even having your license to carry in the state of, what state was that in there?
California. Right.
Yeah, hardly anybody can have a gun in California, but you had a gun, you weren't supposed to have a gun. Okay, that's a legal problem. Okay, you broke the law by having a gun on or about your person, knowing you were not supposed to have it. That's one. Number two, Mr. Tory, morally, you probably shouldn't have slept with the friend and the best friend without them agreeing.
Well, he didn't know they was giving it out. Listen to the lyrics in the song. It says, I'm just giving it out.
Tory, you should. They both should have known that you were sleeping with them both.
Oh, they did know. They were informed.
That's not a legal issue. That is a moral issue, Bill Clinton.
But no, it's not a crime of moral turpitude. That's an individual moral compass thing.
That ain't got nothing to do with the law, right?
Right
now.
So the only real charge
down to shooting, that's the only real charge. He was not supposed to have that gun.
It's negligent. Is negligence. No, he was not supposed to reach in and stop her friend from shooting her.
He was in possession of a firearm and he shouldn't have been. That is the charge. Now, whatever the little time, I'm sure he'd have served that already. But he had a gun and he wasn't supposed to have a gun. Now, however, the friend got the gun. He was probably, I guarantee you, he was.
She grabbed it.
She grabbed it. And he was trying
to stop her from being shot.
Went off and shot Megan in the foot.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I've said it in previous podcasts. And guys, if you flip back, you'll hear me say this. They went in that car as enemies. They got in that limo as enemies, and they was enemies outside that MO. They was friends when the night first began. When they both found out they were both sleeping with the same man because he was at the party now trying to get on this white girl.
Come on now.
And that's real talk. He didn't want neither one of them that night. He wanted him a white girl.
He was there for a good time.
Not a long time. Right? Why y'all tripping?
That's why y'all mad.
That's exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. Ladies, I'm gonna level with you. I'm going to level with you right now. I'm not even tripping. The fact that this man went and did that, you feel like he should take the blame for Megan allegedly getting shot because he shouldn't have hurt those women like that. So y'all are willing to throw this man, to prosecute this man for something he didn't do simply because you don't like what he did.
Let me just ask you a question. If he did shoot it, what was the need for the hit that happened in the prison? 14 stab wounds is a hit. Two in the brain.
We know who did it.
Two in the brain, 2 in the face is a hit. Right? 14 altogether. So 4 in the head, between the head and the face. The other 8 to the body. Nobody thought that he was going to live. And the person who did it magically got some money on his books. Where I'm from, and it's just, and you know, I'm from Mississippi. So, okay, it's a small state. But the way the prisons work where I'm from, that's a hit. That's not coincidental. It's not accidental. And it was perfectly timed for the launch of this swimsuit so we wouldn't have to acknowledge this story that we got wind that was coming out of the bodyguard who we didn't have an NDA with, which was very stupid and dumb. But that's just me. It's only because I do business consulting because I don't know why your NDAs wasn't signed. But yeah, so we figured this out and we thought we would take care of that little problem, except we didn't really take care of it. Right? We let it live. The person that we hired, paid, whatever to do it.
Cassie's a victim.
Megan Thee Stallion is not a victim.
And a freak.
She's not a freak.
Sure, absolutely.
She was
not against the law. That's not even immoral.
What's the song called? Dumb in Love. What's it? We Be All Night. It's Beyonce sang it. Whatever it is. Foolish in Love, Stupid Cassie in Love.
Is a victim, and she's a freak. That has nothing to do with her being a victim. Tory Lanez
is a victim
and a freak. Has nothing to do with it. One got nothing to do with the other.
I want to lie and say I saw that coming. You crazy.
It is what it is. Like, look, man, we have to stop.
Okay, so if you say that, then P. Diddy is a freak and not a victim. Meg Thee Stallion is a freak and not a victim.
Facts.
Okay.
Those are monsters. They're freaks and monsters.
Yeah.
Why can't two things can be true at the same time?
They can, but did you see her post telling y'all to stop coming for her?
Who?
Meg Thee Stallion. She posted.
Well, stop getting on stage, been over grabbing your monkey. Then we ain't gonna come for you.
Well, no, she's saying y'all. When are y'all gonna have me? What kind of checks are we getting to believe that Tory Lanez actually didn't shoot her?
We'll have that conversation when he get out. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. Like this is you get on my nerve. Same thing every week.
Absolutely cannot with you.
It's the same thing.
Oh my God,
okay.
You crazy.
Right. I'll be the bad guy.
Okay, close this.
But we know Tory Lane Daddy told y'all who had him stabbed. He told y'all before the trial started. Remember he was walking up the steps?
It don't take a rocket science.
He walking up the steps. He told y'all who was running this whole shebang.
It didn't. I want to really know. Okay, in the comments, how many of y'all really believe that he shot Meg Thee Stallion? Because I never believed it. Because just simply this, ladies, they got in that car. They started the night off as friends. When they got in that limo, they were enemies because they were sleeping with the same man, and neither one of them seemed to be privy to it, or one of them knew it and the other one did not. And that was the problem, because it wasn't a situationship. It wasn't a relationship. It was just, hey, we hooking up, having fun. And that's apparent by the tone. So ladies, in the comments, how many of y'all in the beginning believed that he shot Meg Thee Stallion? I just want to know.
My beautiful sister.
I never believed it.
Let's talk about how a lot of women think. They know Tory didn't shoot that woman. But because he committed the infraction of sleeping with them both, he deserves the fallout for everything that happened.
But that's not a crime.
That's how women think.
Here's the thing. If they were both victims, If they were both victims,
Who
punish Kelsey and Megan.
Megan ain't no victim.
Hold on a minute. If they were both victims, punishing Tory is justice for both of them. If they're not victims,
you're right.
I got
you. I got you.
You see where I'm going?
Technically, both of them are victims. He put that meat on them. Ooh, he put that meat on them, got them acting a fool. Huh? Yes. Tory.
I can't do this with you.
Tory, look here.
When you get out, come sit on our stool.
Tory, look here. You were supposed to choose which one was gonna get the quality meat. You weren't supposed to just give them both of them. You weren't supposed to do all that.
You can't just say that.
You weren't supposed to do all that. You were just supposed to, all right, cool, go and get your little whatever and going on. But you was in there acting a fool, and now they in the backseat fighting, want to kill each other.
There are some women who are mature enough.
We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about what's in Kelsey and May, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about, okay. Mm-hmm. Tory, so because you served up the Alabama black snake, there's a lot of women who want you to suffer for everything that transpired them.
I want you to stop this.
It's sad. So when you get out, that's when we'll get off.
Come holler at us. Yeah.
Free Tory Lane.
Please.
Elite Cassidy.
Please.
Oh, now look, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to deal with it. The boy, Alex.
I don't know him.
Cassie's husband.
What about him?
Everybody, the fellas, I need y'all.
No, we're going to pause and we're going to come right back to this because this going to go on forever. No.
I'm leaving y'all.
No. I'm not getting ready to do that. I'm not getting ready to mix that with this. Absolutely not. Listen, let me tell you who I am. I am Nigel Comaneci of the MAG LLC, and this is.
I'm tired of y'all. That's who I am.
This is Body Power. Body Power. Tactical. Sometimes Chocolate Pow, and we are Candid and Clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am O.
And I am Nigel Comaneci.
And we are
Candid and Clear.
We are the best podcast that will bring you politics, current events, and relationship issues.
Let me tell you what I need you to do. Go out and like, comment, share, and subscribe across all social media platforms.
We like, comment,
share, subscribe.